Hey guys, how's it going? Hope you've been well. This video title probably sounds a little clickbaity, but it's not. And this video is going to explain everything. I've actually mentioned it in a couple videos, but I recently did a video about my fleet. I have too many vehicles. I had a little heart-to-heart with you guys. You guys responded very favorably in the comments, and I did some soul searching, and I decided to make some decisions here. I decided to pare down. I'm going to start by paring down a little bit. Depending on how that goes, I may pare down even more. As part of that discussion, I talked about how I have all these different vehicles that kind of check a certain box. Like, I used to have one truck, and I get that that was kind of more relatable, and a lot of people miss those days. I kind of miss those days. I had a Tacoma. That was it. My life was simpler. I wasn't really doing YouTube content and what I don't know how I got here, but I got a family. I do YouTube professionally. I love vehicles. I've chased and pursued some dreams, and I've been fortunate enough to be able to check off a lot of the boxes that I would have loved to do, and I did them. And it's got kind of coming full circle to where I've bought my dream cars, and I've built the rigs, and I've done the things, and I'm not getting out of that. I love building vehicles. I love solving problems. I love dialing in builds and just finding the perfect mount for the radio. Like, I love doing that stuff. So why am I selling this truck, which is arguably my most dialed truck and my favorite truck? It's tough, but it all comes down to specialization right now. I have a bunch of vehicles that kind of do the same thing. Why? Now this truck here, this is a 2024 Tundra Platinum, all the bells and whistles, an amazing truck. I talked about why I bought this truck only a year ago. I had a different truck, a different Tundra rather, that was the double cab, smaller back seat with a 6.5-foot bed. I loved that truck. I had kids. The car seats, nothing fit in the back seat of the current gen double cabs or whatever. I don't know what they're called. The naming is different between the Tundras and the Tacomas. Anyway, this is the Crew Max. And the Crew Max back seat's not even huge, but it is big enough for car seats. You know, it's big enough for car seats. So that was one of the main reasons I got it. Rear-facing car seats. And then some more things changed. Got my wife a Sequoia that kind of turned in to the family vehicle. Now I do still drive this. I got the 2024 Tacoma, building that out to be a trail rig. And then I also got the LX570 dialed in to be more the family adventure rig. Now in the fleet video, I talked about the Tundra, how it's a half-ton pickup truck. For those that don't know, this is the size of a Ford F-150, a Chevy, or a Ram 1500, half-ton pickup. Not a heavy-duty truck, not a big beastly truck, not a truck that can tow the world. It doesn't have a ton of payload. It's a great all-around truck. And the really weird, funny thing about selling this truck is that if I had to sell every vehicle, something happened and I needed to go back to being a one vehicle person at this stage, at this point in my life, and I had to sell every vehicle, this probably would be the one vehicle I kept. It would be the one vehicle that does everything good enough. It would need to be a truck. It does have the short bed, which is unfortunate, but it's got room for the family. And it's been a solid, good truck for me. So if I had to sell every single vehicle, I'd sell the LX570. I'd sell the Land Cruisers. I'd sell the Golf R. I'd sell short Tundra. I would even sell the Tacoma in favor of keeping the Tundra right here. But again, it comes down to, I'm not going down to one vehicle. I'm going down to fewer vehicles, and I want those fewer vehicles to really excel at doing a job. And the Tundra is good at a lot of jobs, but the one job I need this thing to fill that it doesn't is just a beast of a truck. 3/4, 1 ton, 1.5, just a beast of a truck. I want to go rent a mini excavator. I can do it. They won't let me rent one with this, or a bigger skid steer, or I want to tow the world. Or I want to, maybe one day I'll get a slide-in camper. I don't know. Maybe I want to go pick up some boulders that weigh 3,000 pounds. Can't do it in this truck. So if I'm gonna have a big truck, I want a big truck. So let's talk about the truck real quick. And I'm gonna say it right here, actually. This truck's not currently for sale, but I'm gonna commit right now. I need to do a little research. This is a 2024 Tundra, Platinum. We'll do a deep dive into everything, but if you've watched the channel, you probably know what it is. It only has 5,000 miles on it. I haven't driven this a ton, so I'm gonna sell it. It's got a lot of modifications. It's dialed. I should probably research a little. I want to say 70 grand is a good deal for this truck. 5,000 miles, Platinum, dialed, built, got a lot of stuff on it. The first person to email me, Mike at LLOD.us. Don't email me if you don't know if you can afford it, if you don't have funds available, if it's contingent on the. Email me if you're ready to buy a truck. The first person to email me has everything in order, makes my life easy, and wants to buy this truck for $70,000, I will sell it to you. We'll work out the details. Email me, and if you're not the first, you can get in line. I don't want to dick around. I haven't listed this anywhere. If you want to buy it, 70 grand. I think it's a good deal. If that turns out not to be a good deal and nobody wants it for 70 grand, then I'll drop it. But I think 70 grand is a good deal. That might be too good of a deal, but I think it's a good deal. Might be too good of a deal. It's a good deal though. So email me, Mike at LLOD.us. First person that is serious. Only email me if you're serious. Don't internet tire kick me. Serious. Okay, let's get into the truck. So let's do the exterior. This thing's dialed. All the lights are hooked up. It's got a Garmin power switch. Everything works. It's got kind of the best of the best stuff on here.
Dinner time.
Okay, I'll be right in. Sorry, jarring transition here. I got back from dinner and filmed this weird tangent. When I went to edit it, it was all out of focus and it bothered me, and I was just gonna cut it out, but I was like, I should keep it in. Tangent on the tangent, real quick, bear with me. Sometimes in my videos, viewers don't like them because they're a little too personal, or I go off on these tangents, or I'm talking about something that's seemingly unrelated, but in my mind it's related. And some people hate that. The people that don't really know me or watch me for me, they're just looking for quick content, bullet points, something they could look up on a website, but instead they're watching YouTube, which I get. And then my viewers who watch me for me, which hopefully some of you guys, you like the tangents. It makes it more personal. And I was thinking about that just now when I was like, I'm going to refilm it. Creators are getting replaced by AI. I've come across videos researching where if you didn't know, you would just think it's another YouTuber because it's voiceover and B-roll or whatever, but it's actually AI. And I would say 75% of YouTube channels could easily be replaced by AI, especially the ones that are just bullet pointing information. That's most of YouTube. And a lot of people like that, but that's all going to be replaced. Within the next 5 years, all those YouTube creators will be gone because they'll be replaced by AI, because AI will do everything better. And there will be some people behind the AI creating these channels, but they won't be personable. And I thought about that, and I was like, talking about life experiences, talking about these tangents, talking about the family interactions, talking about what goes into decisions is really what creates human connection. And in this digital age, when you watch a creator for human connection, that's a creator like me. When you watch stuff for information, sometimes that's a creator like me, but all those creators that are just informational, they're gonna be gone in 5 years. AI's taking those jobs. I'm just saying that right now. Anyway, tangent on the tangent. Now, the tangent that I originally was talking about was, so I was talking to my wife just about the truck and the video I was making and the new truck, and she doesn't really understand it. She's like, it doesn't make sense that you're getting a new truck if the issue is kind of like you're trying to pare down and like simplify things. And so I explained it to her, and I thought I would explain it to you guys. So Freedom Tremor, recent Diamondback video, I talked about the Freedom Tremor, how I love that truck, how I've been thinking about that truck ever since, how, I don't know. And since then, I was researching Super Duties and just waiting for the right deal. And I came across, other crazier one. I'm like, that's the truck I always want one day. And I wasted probably hundreds of hours since then just kind of thinking about and romanticizing and shopping marketplace and researching. And I was wasting a lot of time. If I would have just got the truck and not wasted the time, I wouldn't have wasted all this time. And as I'm trying to kind of transition back to, basically I built my house. Basically I was working like many jobs, quit a job, continued working other jobs, took a full-time job building the house. Ashley and I got married. As soon as I got done the house, basically we had Cooper, raising him, and then we had June. And now I have two kind of infant toddler stage that are taking up a lot of time. I've had a hard time getting back into the flow of like growth and building things in business and all of that crap. So I need to quit thinking about new builds, do my one build that I've been thinking about for years, sell some stuff, free up a little bit of money. I don't think I talked about it before, and I don't think I talked about it later. My new truck, I'll get it. I'll do a whole video on it, but it's actually much cheaper. It's a used truck, 100,000 miles, work truck spec, doesn't even have heated seats. It's a little beat up. It's got some hail damage. So I'll be saving some money on that. So it's saving money, freeing up mental capacity, checking off really the only project that I've really wanted to do for years, honestly. And I'll just free it up. And I'm going to say it here, and I hope you guys keep me to it. I'm not going to add anything else. This is truly simplification. After this truck, I'm going to try really hard to not get anything, not wander, not squirrel. That's it. And these are going to be the vehicles that are staples for years to come. So while we're talking about that, I want to talk quickly about sponsorships on the channel. You may have seen an uptick in sponsorships on the channel, which I'm hugely fortunate for. I'm able to give you guys free content. I'm able to do this professionally, and a lot of it is from sponsorship. So if you're ever interested in something I'm talking about in a sponsorship, I'd love for you to click the link, purchase the thing. If you're interested, use my code, use my link, obviously, because that helps brands realize that there's value in sponsoring creators like this instead of just like throwing that money into an ad on television or something. So sponsorships, appreciate you sticking with them. And I always try to bring you value and things that I actually use. So Surfshark, thank you to Surfshark for sponsoring today's video. They're a VPN. So I've been using VPNs for years and years and years, since way back when I was torrenting things and trying to access sites that had restrictions on different locations. But VPNs do some things for you. So Surfshark specifically, they make it simple. One account, unlimited devices, 30-day money-back guarantee, 24/7 customer support, and like 3,200 different servers across 100 countries, so you can really dial in your VPN. So for people that don't know VPN, it's a way to basically add a layer of privacy and kind of data security and protection when you're using the internet. So there's that security aspect of it. And then there's kind of what I talked about earlier. Some people use it to like watch their favorite Italian TV show that isn't available in America. So you make your internet connection seem like essentially you're in Italy. Now you can gain access to that. Vice versa, if you are traveling abroad, but you need to access stuff that is only accessible through the US, you can VPN from a US IP address and then essentially access US data. I've used it to access cryptocurrency sites that the U.S. isn't allowed to buy some of this stuff from, and I had to mask myself as from somewhere else so I could get some of this and then transfer it to a different exchange. Anyway, I don't want to get too into the weeds there. Sometimes there's even different pricing structures depending on what country you're accessing this stuff from, so that can come in handy as well. In addition to the VPN that Surfshark's kind of known for, they also have some search tools, they have some alert tools, it'll alert you to various data breaches, and even some antivirus software, which you can kind of get any of these products by themselves, or you can bundle them into one thing called Surfshark. So if you're interested in trying it out for the first time, or maybe swapping over to Surfshark from another VPN, Surfshark's been in the game forever. Go to surfshark.com/LLOD and or use code LLOD. So using that code or link, we'll tack on 4 extra months onto your subscription for free. So great deal. Again, 30-day money back guarantee if you hate it or don't find any use for it. But cool. That's that. Thanks, Surfshark, for sponsoring this video. And now we'll awkwardly transition back to the content that I filmed last night. Up here, C4 Fabrication steel bumper. We got to come up, I believe it's like a 10 or a 9.5K winch synthetic line, Agency 6 winch shackle here. We got the beautiful KC Highlights Flex Era bar with the halos, the Flex Era 3. These are the DOT fogs that are dual mode, so they have the SAE fog and they also have the spot on there. We got the full hoop. We got the Alpha Rex, whatever the Lux, the high-end ones with the cool DRL, wired for ham radio, actually dual antennas, ditch lights with Flex Air 3s. Got the up top overland Kilo with the light bar up there. We got dual color rack lights on the side. Relations race wheels, upper control arms with Ironman Foam Cell Pro suspension lift. The only thing, if you want to wheel this truck, I'd add skids and I'd add sliders, but I don't really wheel this truck, so I don't have skids or sliders. They're sitting on 37-inch Toyo Open Country AT3s on Relations race wheels. I forget what these ones are. They're bronze. I want to say they're like the RRS or the RR5. I always get their naming mixed up a little bit. Truck is magnetic gray metallic. Does have tint on the front, slightly lighter tint on the front and tint on the rear. Again, Foam Cell Pro suspension here. We got Diamondback HD cover with the up top universal crossbars, the C4 Fabrication rear bumper, so all the sensors and everything work, and the Flex Aero 1 reverse lights. Inside of here, we got a last fit bed liner, but we do have this thing factory bed liner, or the bed mat rather. We have the factory bed liner. We got the factory lights in here. We got the factory outlet in here. This is not the hybrid. I added a dual battery system and added more power back here. So you got a cigarette lighter, USBs, and then Anderson power ports as well. This was professionally wired by Blaze Off-Road, and they did an amazing job there. Under the hood, we got Anderson solar hookup for the second battery, EMP shield on here. This is the Garmin power switch. This is just a trickle charger. That's what these alligator clips are for that. And then a full throttle battery. Again, a bunch of just professional, incredible wiring done by Blaze Off-Road. Other than that, it's factory. It's unmolested. I didn't do anything stupid. anywhere, it is good to go. So if you're worried about the engines or anything, this does have an extended warranty. Actually, it's got like a 7-year, 100,000 mile warranty that I added to it. But these engines, if you want to replace it, you get a free factory engine from Toyota, which is pretty rad. I haven't had any issues though, but you do have an insane amount of peace of mind there. Oops, my little engine cover was misplaced a little bit. So yeah, nothing really going on under here except for the upgraded wiring and switches and EMP proofedness. Interior, not a ton going on. It just has factory heated, cooled seats. This is platinum, so you get the really nice seats. You get the ambient lighting under here, under there, footwells, rear. Like the ambient lighting is actually gorgeous on the platinums. You get black headliner. You got the pano moonroof as well. Everything is just so nice on this truck. You got factory heads up display. I don't know if you can see it right in there. So we got heads up display, we got the digital dash, big screen, screen protector, 67 designs, mount, MagSafe wireless charger. I don't know if I'll include this or not yet. This is my Yaesu FTM 500. We got the Mace Manufacturing custom LLOD etched topo knobs here. Those are beautiful and a nice touch. But it's, you know, other than that, it's pretty much factory interior. You know, got a little tray, bunch of crap in here. This is not a TRD off-road package though, so that's to note. Does have the 360 pano and then access to the cameras. This is front camera, nice clearance through the front bumper. My side cameras are dirty right now. My tailgate's down, but you get the idea. Does have the digital rear view mirror as well. And then not much else. Platinums come with the Peasant blockers from factory, which is nice. Actually, let me take this out real quick. I did put these just seat covers to protect the real seats from my kids, so the normal leather seats in the rear are flawless, and we do have heated and cooled rear seats as well as the power back here and the vents. We do have some fresh unadulterated last fit floor liners. And now here is the best thing. I mean, there's a ton of storage again because I don't have the hybrid, so this thing, all of this crap's not included, but tons of good storage down here. And I did add a couple cigarette lighter power ports that are run off of the dual battery. And this is one of my favorite parts about this truck. Again, Blaze Off-Road did all this wiring. We got the red arc, DC with, so it charges this secondary battery back here from the car alternator, or it has that solar input that was under the hood, some fused hubs and the smart sensor thingy, so you can read all of the battery metrics from an app on your phone. That is all amazing. Does also have the Apex or whatever quick deflators. Under the Diamondback, we got the Crossbin 4T for all the other little storage there. It's a nice truck. It's a nice truck. Again, if you want to buy it, let me know. I'll be sad to see it go, but it's paring down mode. Okay, so then let's talk about why, if this truck is so great, why am I selling it? It's a great question. It's a great question, and I kind of was talking about it a little bit earlier, how if I just had one truck, it'd probably be this truck, but I don't just have one truck. So I'm selling it. I want to sell at least 3 vehicles. I bought one vehicle we'll talk about I'll kind of tease in a second, spoiler alert it. And I want to sell at least 3. So I'll probably, I'm going to sell this. I'm going to sell the Golf R. So if you want the Golf R, you could email me as well. 2017 Golf R Stage 2. It's pretty sweet. And I'm probably, this is due to feedback and kind of my own internal debate and struggle, I'm going to at least sell the 60 Series Land Cruiser. That's a 1984 FJ60. It does have a V8 swap on it already. It's pretty good condition, but it's not like a new modern V8 like a LS3 or something. It's out of, I believe, a 91 or a 93 Firebird 4-speed manual transmission. So the 60, even though I love that vehicle, is probably going to go. And the reason is, again, I talked about this in the fleet video, but having too many vehicles, too many project vehicles. Now, this one's not really a project. This one's done. This one's my most dialed vehicle. But having too many vehicles, some of which do kind of the same thing and others that are kind of project vehicles, it adds up both expense. My vehicle insurance policy is crazy. I don't make the amount of money that can justify having this many cars, honestly. Like, I can afford it. They're all paid off. I'm not like swimming in debt, like nothing like that. Like, I haven't overextended myself, but you would guess based on my vehicle fleet that I'm just crazy rich, and I'm not. So one of it, honestly, full disclosure, is financial. I never try to flex on you guys or act something different or whatever. I'm doing okay, but I'm not crazy rich, and I have too many vehicles. Like, for the amount of money I make, I have too many vehicles. So I want to have fewer vehicles financially. I want to have fewer vehicles because then I'll have less hanging over my head, and then I can focus on the vehicles that I have. So honestly, I want to get rid of more than what I talked about, but the rest are a little harder to whittle down. And then the third one I talked about earlier, which is, if I'm going to keep a truck, I want a big, bad truck. There's a truck that I've always wanted that will really differentiate. Like the Tundra, I have another Tundra, actually, even though it's a regular cab Tundra. I have a Tacoma. That's not going anywhere. So I need to differentiate, because, again, this truck doesn't quite get me all the way there for like big, bad truck stuff. Now, it has handled most of what I've needed it to do, but there are some things it can't do. Tow super heavy, rent heavier duty equipment, haul a bunch of stuff in the bed. It only has a 5.5 foot bed, which is kind of limiting. And so that all led me to say, let's get rid of this truck, replace it with a different truck. So that's what we're going to do. And that is why I'm selling my current favorite truck, my current most dialed truck, the truck I have had no issues with. And I just got it to the point where I'm like, this truck is good to go. Oh, the other reason. You guys saw, this truck is nice. It is so nice. And if it was my only truck and I just wanted a nice truck that did everything, the truck is so nice. It's too nice for me. Like I said, I only have 5,000 miles on it. 1,500 or 2,000 miles of that was like driving to expos and stuff. So I've only really put like 3,000 miles on this truck in a little over a year, which means I'm just not using it. So I have a really, really nice truck that's just sitting here. And I just want something that's not as nice if it's going to sit here. So that's why. Hopefully not too many of you are sad about this. Hopefully I don't get people that are like, I only followed you for the Tundra. Maybe, and I'm sorry. Maybe I'll get another one in the future. Who knows? But here's the little reveal on what we're moving to instead. Is that enough reveal? Okay, so that's that. Simplification. Lowering the vehicle count. Getting vehicles that fill if I'm going to have multiple vehicles, getting vehicles that fill all of the potential roles that need filling. Hopefully you guys are happy with this decision. yeah, I think that's it. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. Let me know your thoughts, the good, the bad, the ugly, the excitement, the hatred, the anger, whatever it is. I'd love to hear it in the comments. Okay, this is new. It's good. It's good. All right, guys. Until next time, take care.